That's, by the way, the voice you're hearing, Solomon Wilcots, former NFL player, analyst, broadcaster, and we'll dive into the game a lot here. Before we talk about Lumbrella here, right?
Correct.
Am I saying that correct?
Correct, Lumbrella.
Right. Lumbrella. Yeah. And but before we get to that, I want to first ask Solly about the Patriots.
Yeah.
All right, you've been getting asked about them for 17 years. How the heck are they continuing to do it? And it seems like it's two names at the top all the time. And we always talk about a team sport, but those two guys and everybody else just seem to be different all the time. It's fascinating.
Belichick and Brady, because that's, if you're going to build anything, you need a real good, solid foundation, right? And the foundation has really been about the head coach. Because of the head coach, Tom is in, his 19th season. During that entire time, he's played for the same coach. He's played in the same offense, right?
Right.
So the verbiage within that offense is the same. All the checks is the same. And then they start building on that foundation over the course of the years. If he was like one of these other quarterbacks that have had different offensive systems, different coaches, it's what we call an arrested development. Your ability to continue to grow and evolve becomes arrested. Now think about this. That consistency is what allows them the consistency in the system. It allows them to build upon it.
But they have tweaked the system for personnel.
Well,
like when Randy Moss was there, they changed it.
But that's what we're talking about developing.
Yeah.
That's why we talk. But they're building on the same foundation. So it's like icing on the cake, right? Or a layered cake. So they've always thrown vertically before him, but just not as much because nobody could do it.
Yeah.
But once he came in, they went deep, right? They went deep more often. And if they get that same receiver now, they'll continue to do. That's what they wanted to do with Josh Gordon.
Which they don't have now.
That's
right.
what they wanted with Josh Gordon.
That's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
But it's amazing that on the fly, Gordon, has his issues, and they just keep on going.
Well, yeah, he never helped win games. That's all I'm saying. So they could keep going without him. It's when they lose critical pieces like a Wes Welker, right? They keep winning because they got the same guy.
Right.
In Julian Edelman.
Do you think that we just, at times, because they're so successful and because they're so damn good, we try to overthink why they are? I mean, a lot of times in life, somebody just is smarter than somebody else.
Yeah, but not at this consistency
but
level.
why not? Why not? Why can't we find the anomaly in the room that is the genius who has made it work for, as you said, Solly, 19 years?
Well, at first, I think it's a good question because if it was easy, everyone would do it, right? so that means it begs to ask, how the hell do they get to do this? Because we have a league that's set up to help the teams that are horrible. That's why they get the first draft pick. And the league is also set up, the team that's successful, for them to do worse. What? Their coaches get hired away.
Right.
Their players get taken away in free agency, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's hard to sustain. So I think it's right to ask the question. I think you have to do a deep dive if you plan on beating them. How you going to beat them if you just say, I'm not going to worry about that they're smart. I'm not going to worry that they're the most physical team in football because they are. See, I think a lot of people know they're smart, and then you go to play them and bam, you get punched in the nose.
Right.
By the time you realize you're in a real good fist fight of a football game, there's no more time left on the clock. The Patriots are always a very physical team, and they're always a smart team.
But they don't really get credit for the physicality.
That's because I know.
You know what I mean? Like, people overlook that.
Yeah, when I don't know what people, but I know I don't.
Right, okay.
I don't know who these people are, but they are always the most physical team. They always have been with Teddy Bruschi, with Willie McGinnis, with Ty Law, with Rodney Harrison. No one ever questioned their physicality. I just think that Tom Brady throwing the ball to Randy Moss, looks pretty, and people don't equate smart with physical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, people think if you're smart, you're weak.
You're finesse.
You're a nerd.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, you can be smart and still be physical, and that's why they defy that stereotype.
Right.
You know what's interesting, though? Was it Bosa for the Chargers when he was on the sideline the other, when Brady, here's Brady 40, and he's like, man, he gets the ball out of his hands fast. Like, still, the defenders are noticing that this guy doesn't seem to have lost a step
No.
at all.
Yeah.
And that's just, he says he wants to play till he's 45.
But it's his brain power that allows him to not only get it off quick. I mean, I can throw it as soon as I catch it, right?
Right.
But I need to know where to throw it. I need to be able to deduce early, pre-snap. Okay, they're going to drop here, they're going to drop here. But his mental Rolodex is so deep. His knowledge is so vast. He's got 19 years of experience of cracking the code on defenses. So that's why he can get it out quick, because he knows where to go with it. But what happened when he got it out quick in the end zone against Kansas City? Oop, pick.
Right.
Got it out quick. This guy tipped it. He should have thrown 3 interceptions in the game if D Ford could stay on sides. But the whole point to that is he does get it out quick, because for quarterbacks holding on to the football, it's like a loaded hand grenade. The longer you hold on to it, bad things happen, because they're going to hit you. So the only way they can't hit you is if you get rid of it, right? He's smart enough to know that.
Do you think that the conversation has changed with the Patriots? And I say this with 3 guys from Philadelphia who have nothing but the utmost respect for Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And you know we have a lot of reason back in 04.
That's right.
That's kind of been removed since last year.
That's right. Yeah.
Which
you got even.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now we appreciate even more. But we don't talk this year about the Spygate. We don't talk this year about Deflategate.
Yeah.
We don't talk this year even about Gronk being upset and this is it for Belichick and Brady's. We don't have any of that. And I feel like this year, this Super Bowl, Solomon, that the Patriots are likable, dare I say.
I know, right? I know. Because I think for a while, and that's a really good point by you, I think a lot of people had Patriot fatigue, right? Mm-hmm. And then I think it's kind of your fault. You beat them last year, and you kind of made them this sympathetic figure. Because everybody, everybody was ready to coronate them last year.
But now they're the victim.
But now
they're the victim now.
And I love
it's all Nick Foles' fault.
No doubt. He's played a role in this. And then Tom says, everybody thinks we suck, okay.
Right. We can't
Tom
win any
playing
games.
it, he's like playing the violin game, right? And then think about it. Gronk stumbling in Miami on the Miami Miracle. He can't even catch a guy.
Right.
Everybody's like,
or they'd have had home field.
Absolutely. And people were looking at this team like, they're done. It's over. It's over. They're done. And, they lost last year. They don't even look like they're going to make, the playoffs this year, let alone home field advantage. And I think people started to write them off. And then against the Chargers, bam. They hit the Chargers in the mouth. And then, bam. They now hit her back in the Super Bowl, and people are like, wait a minute. This team could win it again. Yeah. And then you start to look at the numbers, 10 straight division titles, 8 straight years of AFC titles games, 4 Super Bowls in 5 years. You're like, what was I thinking? Why was I ready to even write them off?
So
it took Philadelphia, mind you, to shift the paradigm and make the Patriots hateable to lovable.
Good point.
It took Philadelphia, of all cities,
or does
blame it on
suggest
Philly.
that the Rams aren't likable? Are the Rams not likable then? Do they not like McVay?
No, I think the Rams were very likable until the officials did like this when the pass interference. Because then you kind of just say, wait a minute.
But we got to really rip. We got to really rip those 3 other donkey franchises in their division. The Jets, the Dolphins, and the Bills for never mounting any type of resistance to the Patriots over the last 18 years. That is a joke.
That is true.
It really is.
Well, the Patriots have something to do with that, because it's like, say if you're the Jets and you got Rex Ryan and he starts getting close. The owner's like, you can't beat the Patriots, you're fired. Hey, look. Getting to the playoffs.
There's no patience.
I mean,
but
they
that's the thing. Beat them the one year.
People, of course.
Sanchez beat them.
And they got to the playoffs and went deep. But they get impatient.
They were in the AFC Championship game 2 years in a row.
Right.
Yeah, because
09 and 10.
Bob Kraft's at the owners' meetings like this,
Hanging with Bon Jovi.
Yeah, and then the other owners in that division was like, we got to do something to get that smile off his face. So now they get fixated with just got to beat the Patriots. I don't care if you made the playoffs. And you know what that's like in Philly.
Absolutely.
You guys, if you can't beat Dallas, you're done.
Yep.
It's like, wait a minute, we're still good.
Right.
Now, I'm going to tell you, I remember I fought it out. I don't know which one of the radio shows in Philly I was on. And I thought they brought me on like I was going to back them in this let's get rid of Andy Reid deal. I said, wait a minute. I love Andy Reid. Remember when the move was on and let's get rid of Andy Reid?
Right.
Probably was you guys.
No.
It was me.
No. And so I told him, I said, okay, be careful what you ask for.
Yep.
I said, here's what we do know. Andy Reid's a great coach. he's going to go to another team and turn them into a winning franchise. What are you going to get? You don't know. And I guarantee you it won't be better than Andy Reid. It was a guy named Chip Kelly.
Yeah, he killed us.
And that's what I'm saying.
He killed us.
And so be careful when you want to run your guy out of town, because he can't do that. One thing, he can do all the other things on the resume, checks all the other boxes, but he couldn't win a Super Bowl. Let's get rid of him.
I think he's going to win one now with Mahomes.
Yeah.
Well, if he doesn't.
Then he sent you Doug Peterson.
Well, yeah, and he personally recommended Doug.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
And year one, we were kind of – listen, Doug Peterson came in. Solomon, he did not know how to work the headlights.
The
headlights on his rental car.
Hey, man.
So when you have that as a new head coach in Philadelphia, you're already off to a bad start.
You're getting crushed.
Solomon, Scott, tell us about Lumbrella here. I know it's one of the reasons that you've been walking around this place to kind of get some information
First,
out there.
I'm going to introduce you to Scott Henson. He is the CEO of Orthotic Solutions. He sent me this back brace because he know I've got some degenerative disc in my back. And, you know, it's all of us old football players, even some weekend warriors. We all got back problems. They sent me the back brace. I'm telling you right now, I had decompression of my spine. My disc felt better. I slept better at night. And so, you know, I'm just telling you right now, it's a wonderful product of a back brace. But I'll let Scott tell you guys more about it.
Sure. Well, thanks for the introduction. And Solomon, thanks for your support and the opportunity to tell the listeners out there that there's a new solution for back pain. I've been providing patient care for over 20 years with specialty in spine. So I'm an orthotist, so I see patients that have issues with back pain. They might be surgical, they might be getting ready or considering having an operation. So we provide back braces for all sorts of different reasons. But back pain is usually facilitated by a couple of things. It's a signal or a symptom of a bigger, larger problem. So so to control that, you really need to have a diagnosis. Someone needs to tell you what the cause is. But regardless of the cause, typically anybody who has pain usually has some interest to stop moving. If you move and it causes pain, you stop moving. So what the purpose of a back brace is to create stability. And when you talk about the spine, there's so many segments, so much motion going on, that the only way to really create pain relief is to actually stabilize the spine. So how do you do that? And so I've been able to design and develop a product that utilizes the principles of a custom back brace and implement them into a prefabricated back brace that's customizable. And the name of that product, again, is Lumbrella. Your listeners can learn more about it at our website, lumbrella-os.com. And we have some videos on there and some information they can learn more about it. It is a prescriptive device. The reason we want to keep it that way, it's not a $99 or a $20 product you're going to buy on the internet. You really need to be diagnosed. You really need to understand what the cause is. And but if a Lumbrella back brace is for you, your doctor would need to prescribe it. And
what kind of doctor would you go to for that?
Yeah, thank you.
Who in Philadelphia should they?
Yes, thank you. Well, the company that's going to be providing the products is Restore Orthotics, and they've been trained how to use it. They know how to use it. They have them in stock and in their inventory. But really, a doctor, an orthopedist, a neurologist, a physical medicine doctor, a spine specialist, a general physician can also write a prescription. But it really you should really seek medical care and really understand what's going on.
Chiropractor?
Chiropractor also.
Yeah, okay.
We haven't really tapped into that market much yet as far as the chiropractic, but I think everyone would agree if you sprain your ankle, it's difficult to walk. Same with your back. So if you if you have instability about your back, you try to guard yourself, you compensate, you may have try to prevent the pain. So Lumbrella really uses a really innovative patented product to lift and unload the spinal column.
Why wasn't this out? I'm always fascinated by somebody who creates or invents something about why it wasn't out already.
Sure. You know what? It's kind of complicated, but I can tell you. There was a big shift about 10 years ago where the medical system, or Medicare, started to change coding. And so there was, and then there was improvements in instrumentation and surgical procedures that would influence the need or not to have a need for a back brace. So when I saw that shift happening in the medical community where there was a call for prefabricated, none of them followed the same principles that we use for custom back bracing. So this one has the part that you guys are handling now.
Yes.
Is a lumbar panel that is micro-tunable BOA component, BOA Technologies. You see them a lot on ski boots and racing cycle shoes.
So that's attached to the brace?
Attached to the brace. And it sits in it, and that piece is wrapped
and
around.
you've rocked that,
Very
right?
light.
Absolutely.
How does that feel on you?
It's very light.
Feels great. That's the back component, but there's a belt that goes around you, and that's the part that fits around, in your back, supports the lumbar spine.
And you're doing your day-to-day.
That's it.
Can you play golf?
Serious
TV?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Wow. Awesome, man.
Absolutely.
So it's
Very cool.
Great.
Awesome.
Gives
Thank
you
you,
great
guys.
support.
Yeah, no, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Solid,
it,
before
man.
we let you run, Brady again. That easy?
I was born and raised in L.A. I grew up a Rams fan in the 70s.
You're the only one here.
Then they, yeah, I know, right? There's a few of us, but they broke my heart. And they left and went to St. Louis. And so then they won there, and I'm like, that's not my team. But now that they're back in L.A., and they made it to the Super Bowl. So you support them, you root for them. I love them. But my head tells me that Brady and Belichick's not going to lose a Super Bowl 2 years in a row. I just can't see it. It might happen.
That's a good
but
point.
I'm not going to try to predict it.
That's right. Blame Nick Foles for
Solid
that one.
Scott.
It's all Nick's
Lumbrella,
fault, man.
By the way, lumbrella.os.com. That's LUMBRELLA.os.com.
Yeah, it's actually Lumbrella Dash. Lumbrella Dash.
Dash OS.
OS.
Dash, come on, man.
Sam.
Gil,
I
you
thought I
got to
said it.
give the
Yes.
dash out. It's
Got
reason there for a reason.
one job to do.
Seriously.
One job.
I mean, the guy runs the station. He's the boss of the station. You'd think he'd be able to get that out.
I thought I said it. I don't know. Maybe I'm overworked here. I got to keep everybody in line.
We're holding you to a high standard.
All right, well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
thank you.
Thanks a lot.